Hi everybody. So here is your first paper review video. So I often like to do these review videos after papers because, you know, a lot of people make the same mistakes. There's a lot of things that people could learn from the things that other people have done. So I like to just kind of bring in an overview of what I saw to kind of help you with this. One of the things I've noticed is that some of you were doing more of a research-based needs assessment. Now, obviously, I said that you could research an organization if you didn't have access to one. Some of you had access to the organization but still did research instead of doing interviews or other kinds of things. I was not really as concerned about that as I was about which method from our readings were you using. I wanted to see that you were using a method that you had learned about instead of just going out and saying, I'm going to conduct a needs assessment. It's important as professionals in the world that we're able to justify what we do using theory. If you go into an organization and they're paying you $100,000 for you to create a program for them, they're not going to want you to just do what you think might be a good idea. They're going to want you to follow some kind of procedure that's been tested and proven to work well. And so I did want to see that connection to what we had read in our readings. I also found that some of you misinterpreted what program plan outline stood for and gave me an outline on how to create, how you would eventually create a program. What I wanted was to see your initial stab at writing down a program. That's why I said it could be a table. I just wanted to see, are you going to do 3 classes? Are you going to do 1 class with 3 lessons? How are you going to do this program? How are you going to actually administer this to your students? So are you going to do webinars? How are you going to structure them out? That kind of thing. Ultimately, for the program plan at the end of class, you are going to have 3 distinct classes that you're going to be teaching. So you're going to develop that as we're going along. But I wanted to initially see you try to make a stab at what you were going to do here. So kind of in a lot of ways, it was what I was asking for also on the discussion board. But it seems like that got misinterpreted, so I might need to make it more clear in the future. That's how we learn. It's part of the learning process. You're going to find that I'm the type of person who I want to give you a lot of feedback on your first initial papers. So I did go in, and on a lot of your papers I included a attachment, which is where I went in and edited your paper. That's really to show format in a lot of places because there's some formatting and APA issues. So as of APA issues, many of you had some of those. And I know for some of you, this is your first class at the master's level, but we do expect APA proficiency. How do you become proficient in APA? Well, number 1, make sure you buy the APA manual. It's not super expensive. You can buy it used. Just make sure you get the 6th edition. The important thing is you have that so that you can thumb through it and mark the pages that you need to know so you can use them time and time again. I use like little sticky tabs on my pages so that that they stick out, and I just write what it is. This is a reference for a book, reference for a website, that kind of thing. I've also included a video that I did that hopefully will be helpful with APA. There's also a website called The Owl at Purdue, and it is a website that basically that is created from the APA manual. So it has all of the reference there, some sample papers, some webinars, some videos. You can watch all these things to become proficient in APA, and it will also help make your writing better. So I think everyone did a good job for their first paper. Understand, you know, I don't give 100s unless you've earned a 100, which means it's a perfect paper. I think all papers are chances to learn. There's going to be plenty of opportunities to get a great grade in this class, and I'm going to make sure of it. If you ever feel that your paper was not up to standard and you could have done better, I will entertain the idea of a resubmission. I'm open to that kind of thing, but I'm not going to let you resubmit a paper so you can get a 99 when you had a 95. So don't be coming to me with a 95 and saying, oh, I want to get 5 more points. It's not going to happen. But if you do, by any reason, miss the point of an assignment and get a lower grade than you would really want, then we could talk about doing a resubmission. I'm open to those kind of things. because ultimately I really want you to succeed, and I know you are all going to succeed. It's a learning curve. Some of you didn't completely get this assignment, and that's okay. It was the first assignment. You're going to get the next one, and you'll get the one after that, and those are rated higher in points. So as you go along in the class, you're going to see that your grades are going to shoot up, because you're gonna know what you're doing more. It's just the way class works. It's the way it's supposed to work, at least. So hopefully you all know how to go and look at your rubrics. The rubrics will tell you where your points were given and lost. You will see your my remarks. I put in feedback for everyone in the feedback section, and for many of you, you will see an attached paper, and those are for the ones that I needed to correct format. I wanted to go into the paper itself and show you those format corrections. So look at those as well. So you may have 3 places that you need to see notes, so go to make sure you go into all 3. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will look forward to seeing you all next week.